All right, so you're thinking Hawaii. Images of hula girls, tiki torches, maybe a surfer silhouetted against a sunset, right? Standard issue. And sure, that Hawaii exists, tucked away in brochures and carefully curated Instagram feeds. But that's not what we're here for. Not entirely. I'm Peter Lal, and we're peeling back a layer or two, looking for something more. We're diving headfirst into this archipelago, a place of staggering natural beauty, yeah, but also a place with a pulse, a history, a flavor that's complex, sometimes contradictory, and always fascinating. This isn't just about ticking off spots from a list. It's about the steam rising from a fresh Kahlua pig, the sting of salt water in your eyes after a morning surf, the quiet power of ancient stones, and the cacophony of a Honolulu market at dawn. Hawaii. It's more than just a pretty face. It's a story, a series of islands with distinct personalities, each offering a different kind of seduction. From the volcanic heart of the Big Island to the rain-slicked cliffs of Kauai, there's a raw, untamed energy here, but also a deep, resonant culture that's fought hard to survive. So, buckle up. We're going on a journey, not just across islands, but hopefully a little deeper. We'll hit some of the must-sees, sure, because some places are famous for a damn good reason. But we'll try to see them with fresh eyes, maybe find the unpolished edges, the stories whispered on the trade winds. This is Hawaii through my lens. Maybe you'll see something you recognize, maybe you'll see something that surprises you. Either way, welcome. Let's get to it. Honolulu, first stop for many, the Gateway, the big city buzz right up against the Pacific. It's easy to dismiss it as just another urban sprawl, a concrete labyrinth baking under the tropical sun. You've got your high-rises glinting, your traffic snarling, the relentless hum of commerce. It's a city, all right, with all the grit and glory that implies, but look closer. Woven into the fabric of this modern metropolis are threads of something older, something distinctly Hawaiian. It's in the shade of the banyan trees, the scent of plumeria drifting from a hidden garden, the easy rhythm of pidgin English you hear on the streets. Yeah, Waikiki is here, we'll get to that. But Honolulu is more than just its most famous beach. It's a melting pot, a sometimes chaotic, always vibrant collision of cultures. East meets west meets Polynesia, and it all simmers together in a rich, spicy stew. You can find yourself in a gleaming, air-conditioned mall one minute, and the next, you're in a bustling Chinatown market, the air thick with the smell of incense and exotic produce. It's a city of contrasts, a place where ancient traditions rub shoulders with the relentless march of modernity, and somewhere in that friction, that's where you find its true character. The food scene here, forget about it, or rather don't. From roadside shrimp shacks serving up garlic-laden goodness to high-end restaurants pushing the boundaries of Pacific Rim cuisine, Honolulu will feed you, and feed you well. It's a place to wander, to get a little lost, to let the city reveal itself to you in unexpected ways. You might stumble upon a quiet temple, a hidden surf break, or just a damn good plate lunch that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Hawaiian food. It demands exploration, a willingness to look beyond the obvious. So before you rush off to the more natural wonders, give Honolulu its due. It's the beating heart of modern Hawaii. Complex and flawed, sure, but undeniably alive. It's where the history of the islands, the monarchy, the missionaries, the waves of immigration all converge. It's not always pretty, but it's real, and sometimes real is exactly what you're looking for. Dive in, take a bite. You might be surprised what flavors you find. Maui, the name itself, conjures images, doesn't it? The Valley Isle sounds idyllic, and in many ways it is. This place hits you with a different kind of energy than Oahu. Less frenetic, more elemental. The scale of the landscape here, it's humbling. You've got Haleakala, a dormant volcano that dominates the island, its summit often lost in the clouds, a stark lunar landscape that feels a million miles away from the beaches below. Then there are the valleys, carved deep into the volcanic slopes, draped in every shade of green imaginable. This is an island that invites you to slow down, to breathe a little deeper. The air feels different here, cleaner, scented with damp earth and tropical blossoms. And the waterfalls. Yeah, Maui's got waterfalls. They're not just pretty pictures for postcards, they're the lifeblood of the island, tumbling down from the highlands, feeding the streams and rivers that nourish the lush vegetation. Some are easily accessible, a quick stop on a scenic drive. Others you've got to work for, a sweaty hike through dense rainforest, the sound of the water growing louder with every step, a promise of cool relief. But it's not all just untouched wilderness. There are towns here, each with its own distinct vibe. Paia, with its surf shops and health food stores, a throwback to a more bohemian era. Lahaina, the old whaling port, steeped in history, its wooden storefronts whispering tales of sailors and missionaries. And then there are the resort areas, of course, Kaanapali, Wailea, gleaming enclaves of luxury. They are what they are. But even there, if you look out past the infinity pools, the Pacific is still wild, the sunsets still spectacular. Maui is an island of drives. The road to Hana, we'll talk more about that later, but it's just one example. Every curve in the road seems to reveal a new vista, a new reason to pull over and just stare. It's a place that can overwhelm the senses in the best possible way. The sheer, unadulterated beauty of it can be almost too much to take in, but that's the allure, isn't it? To be reminded that there are still places on this earth that can leave you speechless. Pearl Harbor, the name hangs heavy, doesn't it? It's a place freighted with history, a somber counterpoint to the sun-drenched beaches and carefree vibe that Hawaii often projects. You can't come to Oahu and ignore it, you shouldn't. It's more than just a tourist attraction, it's a memorial, a scar on the landscape, a reminder of a day that, as they say, lives in infamy. Stepping onto the grounds, there's an undeniable weight in the air. A quiet solemnity that transcends the usual hustle of a visitor center. The USS Arizona Memorial, stark white, floating above the submerged battleship. It's a powerful, poignant sight. Looking down into the water, seeing the rusted hulk, the occasional iridescent slick of oil still weeping from the ship after all these decades, the tears of the Arizona, they call it. It's a visceral connection to the past, to the men who lost their lives there. It's not about glorifying war, it's about remembering, about understanding the cost. It's a necessary pilgrimage, I think, but Pearl Harbor isn't just the Arizona, there's the USS Missouri, Mighty Mo, where the Japanese surrender officially ended World War II. Walking its decks, you stand on the very spot where history pivoted. There's the Pacific Aviation Museum with its collection of wartime aircraft, each with its own story of courage and conflict. It's a sprawling site, and you could spend days absorbing it all. It's a history lesson, yes, but it's one that you feel in your gut, not just absorbed through a textbook. This place forces a certain introspection. Amidst the beauty of Hawaii, the aloha spirit, it's a stark reminder of a darker chapter. And maybe that's its importance. It provides context, a depth to the Hawaiian experience that goes beyond the surface pleasures. It's about acknowledging the complexities, the layers of history that make these islands what they are today. It's not an easy visit, emotionally, but it's an essential one. It stays with you long after you've left. Chapter 4. Napali Coast, where giants meet the sea. The Napali Coast of Kauai. If Hawaii has a cathedral, this is it. These aren't just cliffs, they're emerald green buttresses, fluted and razor-sharp, plunging thousands of feet into an impossibly blue Pacific. There's a raw, prehistoric majesty to this place that makes you feel small, insignificant in the best possible way. It's a landscape that hasn't been tamed and hopefully never will be. You can't just drive up to the best parts. Napali makes you earn it. For the truly committed, there's the Kalalau Trail. 11 miles of switchbacks, stream crossings and cliff-hugging paths that are not for the faint of heart or the out of shape. It's a serious undertaking, a multi-day trek into a wilderness that feels utterly remote. But the rewards? Secluded beaches, hidden valleys, waterfalls cascading directly into the ocean. It's an immersion, a baptism by sweat and mud into one of the planet's most stunning landscapes. It changes you, a hike like that. If a hardcore trek isn't in the cards, and for most it isn't, there are other ways to witness Nepali's grandeur. A boat tour, bouncing over the waves, gives you a sea-level perspective. The cliffs towering above like ancient silent guardians. You might see dolphins playing in the bow wave, sea caves carved by millennia of relentless surf, maybe even a humpback whale breaching in the distance during season. It's a different kind of awe, but no less potent. Or for the high rollers, a helicopter tour, soaring above the peaks and into the deep, inaccessible valleys. Pricey, sure, but the view, unforgettable. This coastline is more than just pretty scenery, it's sacred. Ancient Hawaiians lived in these valleys, cultivating taro, fishing the rich waters. You can still feel their presence, a spiritual resonance in the air. It's a place that demands respect, a reminder of the power and beauty of the natural world. Whether you see it from a trail, a boat, or the air, the Napali coast is one of those places that sears itself into your memory. It's a benchmark for wild beauty. Chapter 5. Waikiki Beach, the legend, the reality, the Mai Tais. Waikiki. Waikiki, probably the most famous beach in the world. And with fame comes, well, a lot of people, a lot of concrete, a lot of everything. It's the postcard image, the one that's been beamed into brains globally for decades. Diamond Head, standing sentinel at one end, a gentle surf rolling in, happy tourists frolicking. And you know what? Sometimes the postcard is right, or at least partly right. There's a reason this crescent of sand became legendary. The water is that particular shade of turquoise. The waves, especially for beginners, are often forgiving, perfect for learning to surf, or at least attempting to, with a modicum of dignity. The sand is soft, imported or not. Who's counting when your toes are in it? And yes, it's crowded, often incredibly so. A human tapestry of sunburns, surfboards and selfie sticks. It can feel like the world's biggest, busiest beach party, and depending on your mood, that's either a feature or a bug. But even here, amidst the throngs and the high-rise hotels casting long afternoon shadows, there are moments. An early morning walk before the armies descend, when the beach is quiet, the water glassy. Sunset, when the sky puts on a show, and for a few minutes everyone just stops and stares, the shared moment of appreciation. Or finding a perch at a beachfront bar, a cold drink in hand, watching the surfers, the outrigger canoes, the endless parade of humanity. There's an energy to Waikiki, an undeniable vibrancy. Is it the real Hawaii? Define real. It's a real part of Hawaii, a significant one, for better or worse. It's where modern tourism in the islands was born. It's a spectacle, it's a machine, but it's also a place where people come to be happy, to escape, to feel the sun on their skin and the ocean at their feet, and sometimes that's enough. So grab a Mai Tai, find a patch of sand and soak it in. Just don't expect solitude. That's a different beach, on a different island, perhaps. Chapter 6. Diamond Head, the iconic hump, Diamond Head, Lea, if you want to use its proper Hawaiian name. It's more than just a backdrop for your Waikiki beach photos, it's an icon, a geological exclamation point at the end of that famous stretch of sand. This volcanic tough cone, formed hundreds of thousands of years ago, is instantly recognizable, a symbol of Oahu and indeed of Hawaii itself. Its silhouette against the sky is as much a part of the Hawaiian landscape as palm trees and plumeria. Hiking to the summit, it's become a pilgrimage for visitors, not exactly a wilderness trek. You'll be sharing the trail with a steady stream of fellow adventurers, huffing and puffing their way up the switchbacks and through the dark, historic tunnels. It's a relatively short hike, but it's steep in places, and on a hot day, it'll get your heart rate up. The trail itself is part of the history, built in the early 20th century as part of Oahu's coastal defense system. You'll pass old bunkers and gun emplacements, reminders of a more militaristic past. The real payoff, of course, is the view from the top. A panoramic sweep that takes in Waikiki, the endless blue of the Pacific, the Koolau Mountains in the distance. It's one of those views that makes you understand the strategic importance of this vantage point, and also just makes you say, wow. On a clear day, you can see for miles, watching the surfers like tiny water bugs, the sailboats gliding across the water. It's a perspective that puts Waikiki and your own small place in it into context. Beyond the hike, Diamond Head is just there. A constant presence. You see it from the plane as you fly in, from the beaches, from the city streets. It's a landmark in the truest sense of the word. It's been a sacred site, a military fortification, and now a state monument and a major tourist draw. It's a reminder of the volcanic forces that shape these islands, a stoic, silent observer of the centuries of change that have swept over Oahu. Worth the sweat to get to the top? Yeah, I'd say so, even with the crowds. Chapter 7, Kona Coffee Farms. Beyond the buzz, the bitter and the sweet. Kona Coffee, you've heard the name, probably paid a premium for it at some fancy cafe back home. Here, on the Big Island, on the sunny slopes of Hualalai and Mauna Loa, is where it all begins. This isn't just about a caffeine fix. It's about terroir, about a unique microclimate that produces some of the most sought-after coffee beans in the world. The combination of volcanic soil, sunny mornings, cloudy afternoons, and mild nights. It's a perfect storm for growing exceptional coffee. Visiting a Kona coffee farm, it's a chance to see the journey from cherry to cup. It's not some massive, industrialized operation for the most part. Many are small, family-run affairs, places where the passion for coffee is palpable. You can walk through the groves of coffee trees, see the bright red cherries ripening on the branches, learn about the meticulous process of harvesting, pulping, drying, and roasting. It's more labor-intensive than you might imagine, a craft honed over generations, and the tasting, of course. That's the highlight for many. Sampling freshly roasted Kona coffee right at the source, it's a different experience. The aroma, the nuanced flavors, notes of fruit, chocolate, nuts, depending on the roast and the specific farm. It's a world away from that stale cup of Office Joe. You start to appreciate the subtleties, the artistry involved. It's like wine tasting, but with a different kind of buzz, a more productive one, perhaps, but it's not all smooth sips and scenic views. The coffee industry here has its challenges, the cost of land, labor, competition from other coffee-growing regions. It's a tough business. So when you visit these farms, when you buy their beans, you're not just getting a souvenir. You're supporting a local industry, a tradition, a way of life. It's a taste of the big island, a connection to the land and the people who cultivate it. And yeah, the coffee is damn good too. Chapter 8. Hanama Bay snorkeling in a sunken volcano, if you can get in Hanama Bay. Nature's swimming pool, a stunning curved bay formed within a breached volcanic crater on Oahu's southeastern tip. The water is impossibly clear, teeming with colorful reef fish, a snorkeler's paradise. It's one of those places that looks exactly like the brochure, maybe even better. The crescent of golden sand, the turquoise water, the fringing reef, protecting the bay from the open ocean. It's undeniably beautiful. A natural jewel, but paradise, as they say, can be a popular place. Hanama Bay is so beloved, so sought after, that it's had to implement strict controls to protect its fragile ecosystem. Reservations are essential, often booking out weeks in advance. There's a mandatory educational video you have to watch before you're even allowed near the water, teaching you about reef etiquette, the importance of not touching the coral, not feeding the fish. It's a necessary step, an attempt to balance access with conservation. Once you're in, though, and you slip beneath the surface, it's like entering another world. Schools of brightly colored parrotfish, butterfly fish, angelfish darting among the coral heads. Sea turtles gliding gracefully by, seemingly unfazed by the human visitors. The water is usually calm, shallow in many areas, making it accessible even for novice snorkelers. It's an underwater kaleidoscope, a vibrant living ecosystem right at your fingertips, though remember, no touching. It's a delicate dance, Hanama Bay, the desire to share its beauty with the world versus the need to protect it from being loved to death. It's a microcosm of the challenges facing many beautiful places in Hawaii and around the globe. So if you go with respect, understand the rules, understand your impact. It's a privilege to experience a place like this, a window into the underwater wonders of the Pacific. Treat it gently. It's worth the effort, worth the planning to see this submerged volcanic heart. Chapter 9, Molokini Crater, a crescent moon of coral in the deep blue, Molokini. From the air it looks like a crescent moon, a partially submerged volcanic caldera rising out of the deep blue channel between Maui and Kaho'olawe. It's a dramatic, starkly beautiful sight. No soil, no vegetation to speak of on its rocky rim, just the raw power of volcanic creation. But beneath the waves, that's where Molokini truly comes alive. The inside of the crater is a marine life conservation district, a sanctuary for an incredible diversity of fish and coral. Getting there usually means an early start, a boat trip from Maui, often a bit choppy as you cross the open water. But as you approach the crater and the boat slips into the sheltered waters within its arms, the sea calms, the clarity of the water becomes apparent. It's often said to have some of the clearest water in Hawaii, with visibility sometimes exceeding 150 feet. You can see the reef sloping down into the depths, a vibrant tapestry of coral formations. This is a prime spot for snorkeling and diving. The sheer abundance of marine life is staggering. You're likely to see huge schools of fish yellow tang, Moorish idols, raccoon butterfly fish swirling around you, moray eels peeking out from crevices in the reef, maybe even a white-tip reef shark cruising gracefully in the deeper sections. The back wall of Molokini, the outer edge of the crater, drops off dramatically into the abyss, a favorite spot for experienced divers offering a chance to see larger pelagic species. Like Hanauma Bay, Molokini is a protected area. Tour operators are regulated and there are rules in place to minimize human impact. It's a testament to what conservation efforts can achieve. It's not a place you can just swim to from the shore, it requires a dedicated trip. But for those who make the journey, it offers an unparalleled underwater experience, a chance to immerse yourself in a thriving, vibrant marine ecosystem. A world away from the resorts and roads, it's a reminder of the wild heart of the Pacific. Chapter 10, Lahaina Whalers, Missionaries and Mai Tais on Front Street. Lahaina on the west side of Maui. This town has layers, peel them back, and you find a history that's as colorful and complicated as any in Hawaii. Once the capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom in the early 19th century, it then became a rowdy whaling port, a place where sailors on shore leave raised hell, much to the chagrin of the missionaries who were trying to save their souls. That tension, that collision of worlds, you can still feel echoes of it in Lahaina today. Front Street, the main drag, runs along the waterfront. It's lined with wooden storefronts, art galleries, souvenir shops, restaurants and bars. It can feel a bit touristy, sure. The t-shirt shops are plentiful, but look past that and you'll see the history. The old Pioneer Inn, standing since 1901, looking like something out of a Somerset Maugham novel. The massive banyan tree in Courthouse Square, planted in 1873, its sprawling branches covering nearly an acre, a living landmark. There's a certain charm to Lahaina, a laid-back, sun-drenched vibe. It's a good place to wander, to browse the galleries, to grab an ice cream or a shave ice. The harbour is still active, though now it's mostly pleasure craft and whale-watching tours, not whaling ships. In the winter months, this is one of the best places in Hawaii to see humpback whales, either from a boat or sometimes even from shore, breaching and spouting in the Ao Channel. But Lahaina is also a place grappling with its popularity. Traffic can be a beast, finding parking can be a sport in itself. It's a working town, but also a major tourist destination, and those two identities sometimes rub up against each other. Yet despite the crowds, despite the commercialism, there's something about Lahaina that keeps people coming back. Maybe it's the history, maybe it's the sunsets over Lanai. Maybe it's just the perfect Mai Tai at a waterfront bar. It's a town with a story, and it's worth spending some time to listen. Chapter 11, Waikiki after dark, neon, noise and the pursuit of something. Waikiki again, but this time the sun's down. The beach umbrellas are folded, the surfboards put away, and a different kind of energy takes over. The neon signs flicker to life, music spills out from bars and clubs, and the streets fill with a nocturnal crowd, looking for, well, whatever it is people look for when the night falls in a resort town. It's a transformation. The family-friendly beach scene gives way to something a little louder, a little looser. The main strips, Kalakaua and Kuhio Avenues, become a river of light and sound. High-end restaurants doing a brisk trade, hotel lounges with live music ranging from traditional Hawaiian to surprisingly good jazz, to the inevitable guy with a guitar playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. There are nightclubs, of course, thumping bass and flashing lights if that's your particular poison. And then there are the quieter corners, a dimly lit bar where you can actually hear yourself think, a late-night noodle shop serving up comfort in a bowl. It's a spectacle, the Waikiki nightlife. A mix of tourists from every corner of the globe, locals out for a good time, service industry workers blowing off steam after a long shift. It's a people watcher's paradise if you can find a good vantage point. There's an undeniable energy, a sense of possibility that hangs in the warm, humid air. Will you find enlightenment? Probably not. A decent cocktail and some interesting conversation? More likely. Is it sophisticated? Not always. Is it authentic? Depends on your definition, but it's undeniably alive. It's the resort machine humming at full power, catering to 1,000 different desires. You can find luxury, you can find sleaze, you can find something in between. It's Waikiki uncorked. Maybe it's not for everyone every night, but for a dose of pure, unadulterated tropical urban buzz, it delivers. Just remember to hydrate and maybe wear comfortable shoes. Chapter 12, Waimea Valley, Green Sanctuary, Whispers of the Past. Escape the coastal hustle for a bit. Head to Oahu's North Shore, and tucked away there you'll find Waimea Valley. This isn't just a pretty park, it's a place with deep historical and cultural significance. For centuries, this valley was a thriving Hawaiian community, a self-sufficient ahupua'a, stretching from the mountains to the sea. Today it's a sanctuary, a place dedicated to preserving Hawaiian botany, culture and history. It's a breath of fresh air, literally and figuratively. Walking through the botanical gardens is like stepping into a living museum of plants. Species from all over Polynesia, rare and endangered Hawaiian plants, carefully cultivated and labeled. It's a riot of green, punctuated by bursts of vibrant tropical flowers. The air is cooler here, shaded by towering trees. The only sounds often the rustling of leaves and the songs of native birds. It's a peaceful, contemplative place, a stark contrast to the energy of Honolulu or even the surf scene just down the road. The valley is also home to important archaeological sites, remnants of ancient Hawaiian life, house sites, religious shrines, heiau, agricultural terraces. These stones, these formations, they whisper stories of the people who lived here, who understood this land, who thrived in harmony with it. There are cultural practitioners on site, demonstrating traditional Hawaiian crafts, games and storytelling, keeping the knowledge alive, sharing it with visitors. It's an opportunity to learn, to connect with a deeper layer of Hawaiian heritage. And at the end of the main path, there's Waimea Falls, also known as Waihi Falls, a beautiful cascade tumbling into a natural pool. Yes, you can swim there, conditions permitting. It's a refreshing reward after your walk through the valley. Waimea Valley is more than just a scenic detour, it's an experience. It's a chance to slow down, to learn, to appreciate the natural and cultural richness that still exists if you know where to look for it. It's a reminder that Hawaii's beauty isn't just skin deep. Chapter 13. Polynesian Cultural Center, a tour of the Pacific condensed. The Polynesian Cultural Center. Now this is a place that elicits strong opinions. On one hand, it's a sprawling, ambitious attempt to showcase the cultures of 6 different Pacific Island nations: Hawaii, Samoa, Aotearoa, New Zealand, Fiji, Tahiti and Tonga, all in one spot on Oahu's North Shore. It's a huge production, with meticulously recreated villages, demonstrations of traditional arts and crafts, music, dance, and a whole lot of enthusiastic performers, many of whom are students from these islands attending the adjacent Brigham Young University, Hawaii. It's undeniably impressive in its scale and organization. You can spend a full day here, easily wandering from village to village, learning how to husk a coconut in Samoa, watching a Maori haka in Aotearoa, seeing Fijian warriors demonstrate their skills. There's a canoe pageant on the lagoon, a spectacular evening show with fire dancers and elaborate costumes. It's a crash course in Polynesian culture, a sort of Epcot of the Pacific. And for many visitors, especially families, it's a highlight, an entertaining and educational experience. On the other hand, there's the argument that it's a sanitized, theme park version of these complex cultures, that it presents a romanticized, sometimes stereotypical image. That true cultural immersion comes from, well, immersing yourself in the actual places with actual people, not in a curated attraction. And there's validity to that argument too. It's a performance, a show. It's not the same as spending weeks in a remote Tongan village, obviously. But here's the thing, for many people, this is as close as they'll ever get to experiencing these cultures. And the performers, the students, they bring a genuine passion and pride to what they do. They are sharing their heritage, their traditions, with a wider audience. Is it perfect? No. Is it a substitute for deep, authentic travel? Of course not. But as an introduction, as a celebration, as a way to spark curiosity about the vast and diverse world of Polynesia, it has its place. Go with an open mind, enjoy the show, and maybe it'll inspire you to dig a little deeper. Chapter 14. The Road to Hana. 620 curves, 59 bridges, and one hell of a drive. The Road to Hana. It's legendary, infamous even. A winding, narrow ribbon of asphalt that snakes its way along Maui's northeastern coast, connecting Kahului to the remote town of Hana. They say it's about 52 miles, but with its 620 curves, many of them hairpin, and 59 bridges, most of them one lane, it feels a lot longer. This isn't a drive you rush. It's not about the destination, Hana town itself, which is sleepy and quiet. It's all about the journey. Every turn, it seems, reveals another breathtaking vista. Lush rainforest clinging to steep cliffs, waterfalls cascading down mossy rock faces, dramatic coastal views with waves crashing against black lava rock. It's a sensory overload of green and blue. You'll want to stop frequently for photos, for a quick dip in a waterfall pool, to buy some fresh banana bread from a roadside stand. That's the key. Take your time, start early. Let the car behind you pass if they're in a hurry. This is a drive to be savoured, not conquered. There are countless points of interest along the way. The Garden of Eden Arboretum, Kiana Peninsula with its taro fields and old stone church, Wayanapanapa State Park with its black sand beach and sea caves. Each stop offers a different slice of Maui's wild beauty, but be warned, it can be a challenging drive. The road is often wet, narrow and winding. If you're prone to car sickness, take precautions and be respectful of local residents who use this road daily. Pull over to let them pass. Some people love it, consider it an essential Maui experience. Others find it stressful, overrated. It really depends on your temperament, your driving skills and your patience. But if you approach it with the right attitude, if you embrace the slow pace and the constant twists and turns, the road to Hana can be an unforgettable adventure. It's a journey into a wilder, wetter, greener side of Maui, a reminder of the raw, untamed beauty that still exists on these islands. Just remember to pack snacks, water and a full tank of gas. Chapter 15, Merry Monarch Festival, Hula's highest art, Hilo's heartbeat, the Merry Monarch Festival. If you want to see hula, not the tourist luau version, but hula as a deeply respected art form, a cultural touchstone, a fiercely competitive discipline, then Hilo on the Big Island during the week after Easter is where you need to be. This isn't just a festival, it's the Olympics of hula. Hala hula schools from all over Hawaii and even from the mainland and Japan come here to compete, to showcase their skill, their artistry, their deep understanding of Hawaiian history and storytelling through dance. The festival is named in honor of King David Kalakaua, the Merry Monarch, who revived hula and other Hawaiian cultural traditions in the late 19th century after they had been suppressed by missionaries. It's a week-long celebration, but the main events are the 3 nights of hula competition: Miss Aloha Hula, solo female, Hula Kahiko, ancient traditional hula, and Hula Awana, modern hula. Tickets are incredibly hard to come by, often selling out months in advance, a testament to how important this event is. The atmosphere in Hilo during Merry Monarch Week is electric. The town is abuzz. There are craft fairs, art exhibits, concerts and cultural demonstrations. But it all revolves around the hula. The dedication of the dancers, the kumu hula masters, is immense. They train year-round for this. The costumes are elaborate, often made with native Hawaiian plants and materials. The chants, the music, the movements, everything is precise, meaningful, steeped in tradition. It's powerful, moving, and utterly captivating to watch. This is Hawaii at its most culturally vibrant, its most passionate. It's a celebration of identity, of resilience, of the enduring power of art to convey history, emotion, and spirit. Even if you can't get tickets to the competition itself, just being in Hilo during Merry Monarch, soaking up the atmosphere, attending the peripheral events, it's an experience. It's a glimpse into the soul of Hawaii, a world away from the resorts and beaches where culture isn't just preserved, it's alive, evolving and thriving. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Outro, the last aloha for now. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through some of Hawaii's corners, some shiny, some a little rougher around the edges. 15 stops on a map that barely scratches the surface of what these islands hold. From the concrete canyons of Honolulu to the silent majesty of Napali, from the somber history of Pearl Harbor to the vibrant pulse of the Merry Monarch. It's a place of incredible diversity, a spectrum of experiences. It's a reminder that no place is just one thing. Hawaii. It can be whatever you want it to be: a surf trip, a romantic getaway, a family vacation, a historical pilgrimage, a foodie adventure, or maybe, if you're lucky, a little bit of all of that. The pull is strong, isn't it? The scent of plumeria, the warmth of the sun, the sound of the waves, the taste of fresh poke, it gets under your skin, it calls you back. So maybe it's time to start thinking about that next trip, or that first one, to find your own hidden gems, your own perfect moments. These islands have a way of working their magic. They've seen it all: volcanic fury, ancient kingdoms, waves of migration, war, celebration. And through it all, the aloha spirit, that complex blend of welcome, love, and respect endures. So what about you? What are your Hawaiian stories? Your favorite spots, the ones that keep you dreaming of the Pacific? Drop them in the comments below. Share the knowledge, spread the aloha. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, keep listening.